Hello everyone, my name is SiC. Welcome back to Humankind, the Victor Opendev build, last 18 turns. We are at turn 132, we have up to 150 turns to play. So we are running out of time. Now, in that time, I probably just want to make sure I defend my land from further incursions. I don't think we will have much of a problem with that anymore. I want to push out the St. Basil's Cathedral as my final official act in terms of culture here. And yeah, we still have this guy over here under our control. He is our vassal, so he's not going to be doing too much. But all of my cities, all 5 of them, are completely dedicated to building the St. Basil's Cathedral. So, should be done in about 7 turns, but we have a grievance.
Perhaps we have some common ground.
Huh. Okay, that's kind of interesting. The Achaemenid Persians, they are in the medieval age. They are 4th in rank, so they're not super impressive. We could demand 2,000 gold from them, actually. So let's see what...
You have but one chance to save your stinking skin!
we will withdraw the demands for now.
A good ruler knows when to withdraw their
I don't
demands.
really need that war.
Now
The Poles ended the treaty, they downgraded your
You
treaty.
are generous and well appreciated.
And non-aggression pact to tolerate skirmishes. Oh, okay, so now we can actually fight them over their border regions again. We are in the wrong area here. It seems that they have absorbed all the outposts here, though, into these cities. So there's not really anything left to skirmish over. We have consolidated lands over here. So yeah, sure. Why not? They cannot attack me without a full-scale war. They might have to make some more units if they do decide to attack us, because our entire army is up in the north over here. Well, we do have this small unit of soldiers over here. But they're nothing too impressive, I think. Some swordsmen, maybe an archer. Runners, actually, even. Scouts. It is our turn again, and finally it seems we can upgrade our scouts into something else. Horsemen. Huh. Interesting. I would never have thought that scouts upgrade into horsemen, but there we are. It costs 90 bucks, we have a ton of money. And it does seem they are veterans, which is kind of cool. We don't have any other scouts left because everything else is swordsmen, cavalry already, or even we have a war elephant over here, which is super useful and cool. But anyway, it seems these guys will be attacking us again, so we are pulling these guys back. More war elephants. Actually, yeah, we're just going to stay on the defense. I guess I was hoping we could move over here before they send another army, but they have plenty of troops to send, apparently. So we're going to station them and end this turn. So I feel that we will be pretty quick this episode, because we don't have that many turns, and a lot of turns will be spent by our cities building up the final wonder. We are close to a war victory. Now we are only left at war with these guys, but they are running out of war resolution here. So they don't really believe in the war anymore. These guys are going to stay there. I think another battle or 2 should definitely be able to do it. And we get another civic point. It seems that this is speeding up a little bit now. Let's see, the average stability of all your cities is strained. It's 85%. That's interesting. Very interesting. Religious minorities, army wages, land rights. You could still... Well, none of this really benefits us anymore. Except maybe these ones, the religious minorities. +1 money on territories under a religion's influence if territories follow foreign religion. Or +1 stability. I think stability overall at this point is the way to go for us, so we're just going to get it, and I think that's going to help us a little bit. Overall, though, I don't think we need to be worried about any of our cities at the moment. Velsna gains a population. These guys are at 85%. Alright then. Going to end that turn. Centralized power is now researched. So let's see, we have draftees. Either by feudal obligation or autocratic demand, citizens are required to spend time in the military. Home guard appears automatically to defend your cities from attack. That's kind of, so I guess these guys replace what we had before, the civilians. We could make halberdiers, anti-cavalry, and we have the taxation office, so that would... Ooh, this could be pretty good actually, because +3 money on luxury resource deposit. Huh, war declared by the Poles. The Poles have a war support of 82 compared to your 96. Okay, so...
Your empire is an enigma.
I was kind of expecting this to happen at some point. But here we are. Actually, these guys can stay up on the high grounds for now. I don't see any armies. Oh, here we are. Here's an army. Alright. Can we actually attack these guys from the coast? I wonder. Maybe some ships would be able to. I feel like we should be able to, but apparently we cannot. Alright, that's fair enough. So we do have more armies coming from the northeast as well. So at this point, it might actually be wise to buy out the St. Basil's Cathedral. And that allows us to claim a New World Wonder, which... Oh, we get 100 for this one, which is nice. But for now, we are not going to be able to make another one, I think. New grievance is available.
Greetings. To what do I owe?
The Huns are at peace with your enemy, the Poles. Declare war with the Poles.
Stop this foolishness, or face the consequences.
A most offensive outrage.
Huh. So they don't really seem to want to do that. But let's see what they do in a few turns' time. We have unclaimed wonders that we could deal with, but for now, let's first have a very quick look at the St. Basil's Cathedral. Here it is. It looks pretty cool right there. Anyway, we could absorb this into Hattusa. Costs 3,000 influence, but we have way more than enough. Comes at a stability cost, however, so we're not going to do it. So we could make a forest, which is kind of interesting. I kind of want to do it just to see how it works. So apparently we cannot just do it anywhere. I wonder why. Ah, different city. Duh. Makes sense, I guess. So it could be done in one turn. Actually, buying it out is quite expensive. That's interesting. As for Velsna, we definitely are going to need some ground troops. So we are going to... Let's see, what are we getting here? There's a ton of longbowmen. And some swordsmen. None of those should be particularly good against cavalry. Actually, we could go for a war elephant. Buy it out. It's super effective. Actually, let's get another one. Buy it out. It's kind of interesting because we lost basically the swordsmen at this point. I guess they got replaced by halberdiers. They threaten cavalry as well as foot soldiers. So yeah, I guess they did replace those guys. So, okay, so these guys are all melee, so maybe at this point let us get archers, and that is pretty good overall. We could go for stone walls, buy out the stone walls, and the same can be done for Utica, because we have so much money, we might as well. And that's going to upgrade our defense level quite a bit. Now we have an army over in Velsna. We still have some money left over to buy out another war elephant, I guess. And an archer. And that's about it. This takes a lot of turns to make though, so I guess we're going to go with another archer, which we'll finish in the next turn. Took up quite a bit of population, so our production has gone down a little bit, but Velsna already was kind of small. Utica still has a major population though. Anyway, we can build something here. Let's see. What do you have in the territory? Iron. Does this help iron at all? Not really. Let's see. City Watch, +5 stability. Stability is overall very, very good though. We're going to go with the school. Why not? We have an army over here that I feel pretty safe about, but maybe we can go for stone walls over here. Just to help with the defense a little bit. As for you, it seems you already have stone walls. What else is there to do? We have a lot of what do we have a lot of? I lost my train of thought. I don't know. I don't remember what I was going to say. A lot of something. Oh well. That's a bit dumb. Anyway, we might as well make a lumberyard. And we'll end the turn right there. These guys will stay over here for the defense. These guys are going to... Oh, we can upgrade the swordsman. Oh yeah, these would then upgrade into halberdiers. But that's fine. We will do it. We have an idle army over here, which is going to move over to this district. And these guys are going to stay here like that. These guys cannot really do anything, so we might as well see if we can scout what else is going on. I have another army of 5 units there. Now we could actually move out and attack these guys, and we would have reinforcements coming in from 2 sides. There's no need to wait for it, I guess, and they will actually withdraw. They see what's coming up against them, they don't want any part of that, and that immediately decreases their war support just a little bit, which is kind of nice. Oh, look at that, more army units. As for Hattusa, we could go for more stone rings, get more stability, more everything essentially. Look at the industry though. That is crazy. And still, everything takes about 3 turns, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, maybe the Free Sisters plantation could be quite potent here. And indeed, there are 2 places where we can get plus 27 food. Very cool. We're going to build out right there. As for Utica, fishmonger, plus 3 money on the harbor. We do have a harbor, but overall it's not that great, but it's something, I guess. We do make a lot of food and tons of science, actually. We could make a watchtower so we get some extra vision in our surrounding territories, as it is a border territory, so that never hurts. We are close to a war victory.
Why are you here?
A lot of my ally the Poles, so that's a grievance that they have. But, you know, we also have a grievance against them for the same reason. Alright, let's see if we can actually move into their territory. Yes, we can. Alright, so we cannot move beyond that. But we can initiate this battle. We will confirm it. And we will actually have high grounds. We will have defensive terrain, which is super cool. We're definitely placing our archer up here. War elephant down there. Another archer up here. This war elephant will go there, there. Actually, you can start on the low ground as well. We have another archer, which can go up here. And then I think we are pretty well deployed. Alright, seems you can only hit the one units. This one also can only hit the 1 unit. Alright, sure. I guess, are they defending here? Or this is a spawn point, maybe? It's not great, but... this time around the elephant seems to do significantly less damage, which is interesting. Maybe because they are in a defensive position there, or... Actually, that's over here. Huh. This elephant, though, seems to be doing a lot of damage, and this one even can come from the flank. Deal even more, and there's a hidden unit there? Was that a hidden unit? We didn't see that one before? That kind of seemed like it. So this is really interesting actually, because now these guys are up on the high ground and they cannot really move out of here unless they go all the way around. So the terrain definitely impacts how you fight these battles and where you choose to fight. It's super cool. Ooh. That hit me quite hard, didn't it? Alright, so that did some damage. You can still attack these guys. You're going to finish off the archers. Over here. Could have finished off these guys as well, but doesn't really matter what order you do that in, I guess. But yeah, look at that. Actually, yeah, they can go down here, so it's not too bad. We could actually move this guy around to the side as well. I hadn't even thought of that. We could follow this cliff, and then from up here, they can still fire. Super cool. I like the battle system a lot, actually. We get another military star. Ooh, it would be super cool if we can unlock that final era as well. So we might just want to continue pushing on here. And we'll do an instant battle resolution, but it's no longer possible, so that is fine. I guess they saw a weak border, but they forgot I have tons of money to throw at my problems here. We'll buy out the stone wall so that we will be better prepared on this side as well. And then, I guess we have a lot of stony terrain here. We could do stoneworks to increase our production there. Heidebeer gets another population. We got another era star. Oh, that is super cool. So we do get to get that final upgrade. We are being plundered. Where? Huh. All the way up there, isn't it? Yep. I don't think we can get up there unless we go all the way around here or all the way through here. Oh, I really like that system with the terrain, man. It is super cool. Anyway, let us have a look. We can continue up into the next cultural tier. That is super cool. We have, let's see, the Persians, Austro-Hungarians, the British, the French, the Germans, the Italians, the Mexicans, the Russians, the Siamese, and the Zulu, or we can transcend as the Haudenosaunee. Very interesting. Let's have a look at what they can do. It's going to make this video longer again, but what can I do? It's super interesting and we need to have a look. Mighty Works, modify shared project industry cost by minus 25%. Oh, that's super good if we still had time to actually build more wonders. The Caravanserai, this district does not need to be built adjacent to another district. Plus 3 industry, plus 5 money, minus 10 stability. Plus 1 trader slot on city or outpost. Apply swift to any friendly army located on this district. Oh. And they get the Jasayerkis? Jasayerkis? They get the gunner like all the other guys with guns basically, and piercing, stronger when attacking, so that's pretty cool. Austro-Hungarians, actually what did it say? Freedom, dignity, wealth, these are what an empire truly builds. As for the Austro-Hungarians, the language of music has no borders. Plus 2 influence on influence district, plus 50% turns before being converted by others' influence on city or outpost. Open house, There's an opera house, I guess. Yeah, hosting opera performances by the world's greatest ballet schools and philharmonic orchestras. The Opera House promotes peace of mind. +1 stability per district, +5 influence, +2 stability per adjacent district. This could be very powerful for large empires, actually. And they get the Evidence Bureau agents. Members of the world's first military intelligence service, these agents operate in many different campaigns and theaters. They are also gunners and sly. They ignore hostile zones of control. This is super cool, actually. Allows you to move around enemy units in ways that previously we haven't been able to, at least not in this campaign. As for the British, we are not interested in the possibilities of defeat. I don't think anybody is, but oh well. Colonial riches, +5% money per number of territories on capital, +5% science per numbers of territories on capital. So I guess all of the adjacent territories that we connected up to our capital, which is quite a few. Colonial office, +10 money, +10 money for liege per adjacent district. And I guess we are the liege of one unit, so this could actually be kind of good. And we get the red coats. That's super cool. Trading concealment for psychological effect. The striking scarlet uniform of the redcoats is the calling card of the British. Oh yes. Gunner, like everyone else. Expedition regenerates health when outside of your territory. That is cool. As for the French, judge of a person by their questions rather than by their answers. +20% science. That's quite nice. We won't be doing much science unlocking anymore, or at least not in a way that helps us, I guess, but yeah. +1 science per population. Quite powerful if you build the exhibition hall then. Man sensibility, as always, pretty much. +1 turns before being converted by others' influence per adjacent district. Okay, so could also cement yourself as a, you won't be influenced as easily. And they get cuirassiers, the elite French cavalry. The cuirassiers are a potent and brave strike force, that can charge the enemy even when under heavy fire. Heavier charge receives a much higher combat strength bonus when charging. That is cool. Germans. Waging war requires courage, purpose, and an iron determination. +3 combat strength on heavy weapon. Okay. Coking works, +1 industry per population. Quite powerful. -10 stability, +3 industry per adjacent maker's quarter, +1 worker slot on city or outpost, and they get the U-boat. Oh, that is so cool. I want a U-boat. The Italians, art is fine food, great craftsmanship, and unrestrained passion. That's kind of cool. Inspiring virtuosos, +10 stability on commons quarter, modify commons quarter industry cost by -50%. Teatro, +1 influence per traders, +1 influence per researchers, +1 influence, +5 stability, +2 influence. So if you move your population around a little bit in the cities, you could really go hard on influence if you weren't already. And these guys get the Alpini. Specialized in mountain warfare, the Alpini are local recruits who know the difficult terrain and are the most adaptable to its freezing conditions. So these guys were, I guess, up in the mountains during World War I. Can cross cliffs. Oh, that is super nice. That is super nice. Then we have the Mexicans. My girlfriend is actually from Mexico, so this is kind of cool. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. Okay, I like that one. And they seem to have a very farmer focus, I guess. They have fields of gold, +20% food on all cities. Quite powerful. Hacienda, -10 stability, but +3 food per adjacent farmer's quarter, +1 food on district producing food, and +1 farmer slot on city or outpost. Okay. And soldaderas. Female members of the military participating in revolutionary movements. The soldaderas are skilled in the arts of guerrilla warfare. Oh, that's interesting. I need to do some research about them, but that sounds really, really cool. And they are guerrilla fighters. Stealth unit that remains hidden even when attacking. That is super cool. I might just have to go for them, actually. Russians, soldiers' bellies are not satisfied with empty promises. Plus 10 experience on creating units per number of territories on all cities. Wow, that seems powerful. Sobor, minus 10 stability, but plus 5 faith per adjacent district, plus 10 health regeneration on units. And they get the Cossacks, gunners also, and free riders can act a second time after attacking. And then you have the Siamese. Anything can be built with enough imagination. Plus 3 industry per traders on all cities. The Gilded Orchids. Could be very powerful. You could go heavy on gold production as well as production itself, essentially. Floating markets, plus 1 money per population, plus 5 industry, minus 10 stability, plus 3 money per adjacent market quarter. And they got a Gatling elephant. These guys really like their war elephants, don't they? Armed with a deadly machine gun, this elephant's war cry is accompanied by the staccato clatter of weapons fires. They are also a gunner, and they have suppression. The targeted unit can either move or attack next turn, but not both. You need to research the trench warfare technology after entering the industrial area. Interesting. Not sure what these guys have to do with trenches. Finally, we have the Zulu. Let even the bravest enemy feel paralyzing fear when we come. Plus 50% health regeneration on units. Quite nice. Warriors Izintlu, plus 30 experience on creating a unit, plus 5 stability, plus 4 combat strength in combat for units adjacent to the district. Replaces the garrison, is a land unit spawn, and is fortified, and they get access to the Impi. Swiftly closing on the enemy, the Impi engage in ferocious hand-to-hand combat and revel in fighting better armed adversaries. And they are unstoppable. Bonus combat strength when attacking stronger units. So yeah, I guess that would keep them relevant to all the guys with guns, in this game at least. But you know what? We're going to go with Mexico. I like the idea of the soldaderas. All the food does help as well, because the lands around us are pretty dry actually. It's not great for farming. What is this? Is this the end? Seems that this is the end. So then we went for the Hittites. So we started in the Neolithic. We went to the Ancient Era with the Hittites. And we see what we got fame for. So that's interesting. The Puppet Master become liege over a vassal empire. Sacred Ground. Wonderful Lake Baikal. Okay, they could speed this up just a little bit. That's actually also not that bad, because we can see what we did well in. Got some stars in here and there. And special deeds, I guess. We can go through all players. That's kind of crazy. It also seems to me that we were least effective as the Norsemen, because we really didn't do that much with their abilities. Did I just not pay attention and skip a couple of turns or something? It seems we also did quite well as the Haudenosaunee. It's a weird kind of how everything followed each other up, to be honest. You know, like we became Vikings, and then we became Native Americans. We were a bunch of things. Okay, we're going to skip these guys. The third place, Yanga. Best era, the classical era. Second, Isabella, as the English know. But number 1, look at that. Best era, early modern era. So it took some time to get started, I guess, but what is this? Haudenosaunee? This is how much fame we got as the Haudenosaunee, I guess. And the Nubians, they got this much fame, they got this much fame as the English. But overall, we have 4,585 fame. Alright, well, I guess that is it for this playthrough. So we have a bunch of statistics that we can go through. We have fame, food, industry, money, science, all of these things actually. Look at that. So we were ahead of, well, we kind of jumped up at the same time as some of the others. Quicker than most others, I guess, of course, but look at that. Especially around age 2 and 3, we jumped up and the rest stayed stable for a while, but then finally, England here, look at that, they had more cities than me. It's kind of interesting. With the fame, look at that. We jumped up and then we just stayed on top of everyone for a long time, especially around age 2 and 3 again. Best city, Hattusa, longest war against the Franks, yeah, that definitely stayed on for a long time. Curiosities found, 11, longest ideology, progress. Huh. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and wish to see more. And I will see you guys for whatever video I do next.